What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. In particular, you guys, I want to talk about the colorism issue on the show. I think a lot of people have that particular issue that was brought up by Wendy. I think a lot of people are very confused. And I think a lot of people are choosing to misunderstand Wendy on purpose just because they don't like her and they are a fan of Monique. I see a lot of that throughout a lot of comments I've seen on YouTube about this issue. I, in particular, was watching a YouTuber's video where she did a Zoom with some other YouTubers and some other like internet personalities, I guess you could say. I'm going to play the clip, you guys, and I will be in and out with my commentary on this issue. That way we can get some type of context and clarity to this issue.
Okay, so then Andy read a fan question on colorism. And the question said, could colorism be to blame for why Candace and Wendy are always being targeted by fans on social media for being aggressive? Many of the other women jump in to say that they've been called aggressive too. And Monique says it has nothing to do with color. It's about judging the actions at that particular moment. Let's sound off on that. Buffy, your thoughts?
Correct, Monique. Even if those bras were light skinned, we would still the colorism in this moment doesn't fit in. And quite honestly, I don't think Andy should even had that word come out his mouth, because there was no way they were going to get into a real discussion about colorism on Bravo. I'm just saying. You shouldn't even talk about that if you ain't gonna really get into it. I'm just saying. But Monique shut it down as she should, because it was some BS.
Really quickly, you guys hear Buffy, I think her last name is Purcell. She was on Married to Medicine. She was a part of the Atlanta cast. Yeah, she got into it with Dr. Jackie back and forth. That is Buffy. That was her speaking. And basically, she, along with the rest of these people, are huge Monique fans, and like I always say, it's okay to support people, but at the same time, you have to judge people objectively, right? And I just feel like her saying that Monique shut that conversation down was a bit of a lie. Did we watch the same reunion? Because they paid, and in particularly, if you guys remember, Wendy paid Monique dust. Monique was trying to get some words in because she don't want to be iced out from the girls, you know. But girl, it's too late to turn back now. I believe they want you to shut up. Okay. So, yeah, Monique was just trying to be important. What she said, you know, to me, Monique is just not all that intelligent. Beautiful woman, you guys, but not that intelligent. She didn't have a really good argument. She kept talking about, well, it's about who you esteem and all that. Girl, shut up. What the hell are you talking about? Listen. Wendy called out the colorism specifically because Ashley does use buzzwords like aggressive. And we all know I've been called aggressive too, and I don't appreciate it. There are other words that you could say when you are in an argument with people. You could say words like abrasive or hostile, or, you know, you could say stuff like that. Then I see in this lady's comments, because this is a lady's YouTube channel, you guys. One of the people say that Monique has been called hood, ghetto, but aggressive is a trigger word. Those are words, like Candace said, that Monique uses to call herself. Remember, that's when she thought all that fighting was cute and all the girls were going to run and be on her team. And then as soon as she saw that, that wasn't going to happen, then she wanted to kind of, get away from that and just act like people just call her hood and ghetto. No, they're going off of your behavior. And if I'm not mistaken, that is where you come from, and that is who and what you are, because that's what you represent. A ghetto hood bitch that fights to get her point across. That is, actions from you that you have displayed. We have not seen Wendy fight anybody. We have seen a educated woman fight with her words. And we've seen that with Candace as well. And like Candace said on that reunion, that is something that I do very well. And sometimes I do it to my detriment because I'm that good at it. Monique knows nothing about fighting with her words. To me, she doesn't even have a huge, vocabulary like Wendy or like a Candace. So she would resort to fighting to get her point across, because she can't hang, in the big leagues with the big girls. She ain't no match for them, basically. The issue with Ashley saying words like that, I don't give a damn what y'all see when y'all look at Ashley. Yes, Giselle and Robin, they're light skinned or whatever. And to me, a couple of times, they've kind of gotten away with some bad behavior, too. It just looked like if it was somebody else doing some of the stuff that they was doing, we all know damn well it wouldn't have been allowed. But I'm going to specifically, due to the colorism issue that we're talking about, I want to specifically focus on Ashley, because I feel out of Ashley, Robin, and Giselle, Ashley is the one that really does not want to be all that associated with black people. Okay? Look at her white husband, and there is no offense. Candace has a white husband too, but hear me out. Candace knows she's a black woman married to a white man. Ashley, on the other hand, is a biracial woman and how does Dean look? Dean looks more, white, because that's what Ashley wanted, okay? Ashley, in my personal opinion, wanted her children purposely to look white. If you look at Robin and Giselle, they both have made children with black people. Okay, and I know I'm going to get a lot of pushback. People going to be like, well, that don't make them more black. To me, that makes them more accepting of their race than Ashley. Okay? Ashley got with Michael for some very strategic reasons, due to his older age, due to monetary reasons, and due to color. There are mixed women that want their children to maintain looking white or biracial, whatever the case. I think with Ashley, she wanted them children to look as close as white as possible, due to the fact that she may have some self-hatred issues about herself. I do see that when I look at Ashley. So you're going to hear these people, you guys, make an argument about, well, Ashley is a black woman. Not really. She ain't a black woman the way Wendy a black woman. She ain't a black woman the way Robin is a black woman. Do you see what I'm saying? Ashley is somebody that will choose her blackness, in my opinion, when it's convenient for her. But yeah, Ashley, everything about her to me is somebody, and there are mixed people out here, you guys. It doesn't matter if they have black in them. They may just want to be more associated with the white part of them more than the black part of them, if you know what I mean. Okay? So I'm going to let them, say the little ignorant stuff that they had to say.
It's witches and people don't like you because you're a witch.
I agree. Yeah. Okay, Monique, your thoughts on that?
So what was really upsetting to me was how Wendy came for Ashley about by calling her aggressive or whatever. Almost as if Ashley wasn't a black woman too.
Right.
And I don't like the fact that people make it seem like just because you light skinned, you can't say certain things. And then you fall back on being dark skinned to excuse yourself from being an asshole. Excuse my language.
Now, I have seen that happen, but to me on Potomac, that has not been the case. The colorism that is on Potomac is very subtle, and you would have to be a person that is like really paying attention to things. I think what happens on Potomac is people are such fans of certain people, so they don't really they don't really want to really see the bigger issues that are involved in the show. A lot of people, you guys, they don't want to talk about colorism, so therefore they will pretend like they don't even see it. Okay, we saw that with the whole OG basketball wives, Evelyn Lozada and all of that. You know, we had those people on YouTube that were darker than me that didn't see the colorism. Do you see what I'm saying? So I also had somebody come at me like, well, you're crazy and there's no colorism on Potomac and you're making a big deal. Colorism is actually not something I look forward to discussing because I know it is a very sensitive and touchy subject to talk about. But at the same time, I'm with the shits and I don't mind discussing something that my eyes are seeing and my ears are hearing. Like I picked up on the colorism, and guess what? It has to be there because a collective amount of people that watched the show, they brought that to the table at the reunion. It was a speaking point. But a lot of people, because they're uncomfortable with having a conversation, they want to just sweep it under the rug. Well, Wendy is just reaching. You know, Wendy, she got all those degrees and she thinks she knows everything and she just... They ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Yes, Wendy got all these degrees. Yes, she talk about them too much, but homegirl, had it going on, in my opinion, at that reunion when she looked all of them dead in their faces and said, stop using certain words to describe me and Candace. And she specifically said that because Candace and her are two of the darkest people on that cast. Now, yes, Monique is, about probably the same color as Candace. Honey, I don't know who's darker or whatever. They both brown skinned women. But let's remember that Monique is cool with Ashley, right? That's her little friend, her little phone a friend person that she has in her corner. Okay, now that her back is up against the wall and ain't nobody too much fooling with her. So I'm not really trying to hear what she's saying because she doesn't want to see it, because she's coming from the perspective of feeling bitter and hurt that she done got into this fight, and she wanted to, at the start of the season, to ice Candace out, but instead she's being iced out, and she's mad and bitter about that, so she don't want to talk about this issue. Do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, no, guys, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about Jabal and all of this. See, she had all of that going on, but see, did you notice when it came to talk about the colorism issue, she couldn't get her words really together, because even Andy tuned her out. She was still running her big ass mouth. But Andy was listening more to Wendy because that's where the intelligent conversation on this topic was coming from. Okay, so you can go back and watch the reunion for yourself to see how that went. Normally, when people start tuning you out, it's because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. or your argument is not as good as this person's. And in that case, Wendy had more of the better argument on the issue. And also, Wendy was sensitive to this issue because she said that she's dealt with colorism and racism, even with her being a political commentator. So she's sensitive to that. And she told Monique, remember, when Monique was apologizing, apologizing, I should say. Remember when she was so sorry and she still didn't have no damn remorse though. Y'all remember they was all sitting up at Karen's house. She told Monique, I've been called niggers and everything under the sun and I ain't never put my hands on nobody. That's self-control. Cause somebody calling you a nigger, I've been called one, that will make you want to punch their damn face in, honey. So that is some self-control for your ass. But honey, I digress. Let's get back to what these fools are saying.
And it's whether you're light skinned or dark skinned, it doesn't matter. I don't like how she tried to shade Monique, like I wasn't talking to you, because calling another black woman a bitch, a hood rat, and all that other stuff, is that better?
That is what Monique acts like. The aggressive word being associated with black women will always have a hint of racism and colorism in it, because that is how a lot of white people see black women, whereas they try to act like white women are just so, innocent, demure, and reserved, and they're modest and they're meek. But look at them nigga bitches. They aggressive. They loud. Oh, she got an opinion. Oh, she thinks she better than somebody. Oh, she's coming at me aggressively. Y'all heard it out of Ashley's mouth, and I caught her monkey ass. I caught her ass. Okay, sitting up there arguing with a dark-skinned woman, you're aggressive. See, that's to manipulate Wendy, because Wendy ain't that bitch though. She didn't take the bait. She like, listen, you go stop using that word. But Ashley knew what the hell she was doing. Ashley is a master manipulator. All you gotta do is see how she argues with Candace and how she tries to play the damn victim. 1 minute she's with the shits and she got all this shit to say. The next minute, well, you didn't apologize to me. Bitch, why would I apologize to you? And we're going back and forth. You ain't put your knife or your gun down, but you want me to put mine down, bitch? You done lost your mind. That's how Ashley acts. Okay? She want to act black when it's convenient for her. If that's what you want to call it. And then want to turn into, innocent lady. I see a lot of biracial people, you guys will be here all day with me explaining it, but they like to, play the so-called black role, and then they want to play the little white role. Oh, I'm innocent and everybody needs to apologize to me. Bitch, please. Okay? You still that same bitch. What Tammy Roman say? All right, so girl. But yeah, Ashley does good with trying to go back and forth. Trying to be black 1 minute, white, and whatever else in between, honey. Child, and let's not get me started on that damn husband of hers. Okay? Let's not get started on him. Acting like a total Karen at that damn engagement for Robin and Juan. Them security guards, wasn't they black? And he was talking all that crap to them because they were black. And he feels like because he's a white man, he's above these black men that's trying to get his ass up out the event. Let's not even go there. Okay, so if you pay attention to Michael and Ashley, they both act like elitists. They both have their heads stuck up in the clouds. They both try to act like they better. And when Ashley is with Michael, you can't tell her she's a black woman. You can't tell her she's a biracial woman. That bitch is a white woman with Michael. That's what I see. That's what she tries to put out there. Period.
So don't fall back on the fact that you're dark skinned to excuse your foolishness. And don't make it seem like just because someone is light skinned that they're not just as much of a black woman as the next person. I'm tired of that shit.
Right. Get it, Monique.
Preach, Monique. Preach. Excellent point.
That is not an excellent point, because this is not it. Y'all just in favor of Monique saying that there isn't any colorism.
Here, your thoughts on this?
I just feel like how many shows do we need blackish, mixedish, where it's breaking this down in a beautiful way and people are still missing it? Like, I mean, come on, like Tracy Ellis Ross is as black as anyone else. Like, it's just, I'm tired of this like conversation. And this happened on basketball.
And he's not even black. But he's tired of having this conversation. Y'all hear it? I can't make these things up. Now they about to bring up Basketball Wives, which everybody was outraged about. And you want to know why everybody was outraged about it? Because it was some real shit going on. Everybody ain't gonna act up like that out the blue for no reason. The reason why it didn't happen on here is because on here it's very subtle. Okay? It's very subtle. Ashley is aggressive, but it will always be overlooked because she is a biracial woman. Okay? She has that light skin and that white husband and that white looking child. Whereas Wendy, we see that she is a dark-skinned woman, dark-skinned children, dark-skinned husband. So immediately, people are going to see, because remember what Wendy said, I've been called all types of ghetto black bitches, and, you know, just because I was having an argument or a moment with Ashley. But you notice, no one said anything about Ashley and her character. Ashley didn't tell you about the DMs that she's getting about her being an aggressive woman. Why? Because people don't associate biracial or light-skinned people with that type of behavior. They're not going to call them aggressive. They'll call the tall, dark-skinned woman, they'll call her aggressive. That's your colorism right there. Okay, that's why we're having the conversation. Because Wendy said people was DMing her. Y'all keep trying to act like she pulled this shit out of her ass. She's telling you about her experience. But because this conversation is so uncomfortable, we will turn a blind eye, turn a deaf ear, we'll sweep it under the rug. Oh, that's not what's going on Potomac. Yeah, but that's what was going on Basketball Wives. It's the same shit, just done in a different way on a different show. Give me a break.
Wise as well. OG acted a fool, threatened to kill people.
I could smack the shit out of him for talking about OG. If you've been following me for any length of time, OG is my girl. I love her. Y'all know me. I love me a strong black woman that says it like it is, that is intelligent, that is educated. OG is like a Wendy in a sense, except she don't do all that bragging about her education. You could tell she has an education just by listening to how she speaks. You know, she has a very good vocabulary as well. Very well spoken. So, for him to say that OG acted aggressive and nasty, well, what was up with Evelyn's behavior? Let's get on that. And guess what? Most people called out Evelyn because guess what? There was your colorism. See, OG is a football player. That's her background. What's Evelyn's excuses for jumping on tables and trying to jump on CC from the back? Do you see what I'm saying? Which is why OG pushed that bitch down, because she wasn't about to let her attack her friend from behind, which is a coward move. Only a coward moves in that way. Child being slapped this man, and he is a white man. I don't give a damn. He may say, oh, I mix with, I see white. Okay? You're not black. You're not mixed. He looks like a white guy. And of course, they gonna always act like, they don't see it. Some of them. And he's one of them.
And then they said it was colorism. Yeah. So Candace has been homophobic, transphobic, nasty on
DJ Richie Sky, y'all boy, black man. When is he gonna jump in and say something on this issue? I'm waiting.
Online.
And all of these people are black besides the man that's making this comment. They just sitting up here listening to it. That's a problem.
And then Andy Cohen puts on his floaties and wants to go into the deep end of colorism, and he can't float. The man is white. He's white, he's privileged, he's rich, and he's white gay. So please shut your mouth.
Andy ass plays into it too. I told y'all with the whole thing of Nene Leakes and Teresa Giudice or Judas Shea or whatever the hell her damn name is. I'm gonna call her Giudice because that's how I know to pronounce it. But we see how she not damn near, but pushed his ass down. He got his ass right back up. She still had a job. She still got to film every episode of her little Real Housewives show. Meanwhile, Nene got to take a pay cut because she told you motherfuckers to not go in her closet. And did y'all listen? Do you got an earwax build up? No, they didn't listen. Candy and Portia went on in that closet anyways. Then when Nene goes the hell off, the cameraman went as well. And Nene had already told them, we're not shooting nowhere in my house but certain areas and everything else is off limits. But when Nene goes off, they gaslight her. You're an angry black woman. Portia got to shoot back at Nene and say, she got on me for jumping on that girl Jamie outside and, it got caught on camera. Now she's caught on camera. Do you... I can't make these things up. You guys see where I'm going with this? So you disrespect me, I go off, and then now I'm that black evil bitch. And then Nene has a persona of being a very proud woman that don't take no shit, very no nonsense. That's why I love her, okay? I love a strong woman that's like, this is what I'm standing for, and I'm not taking nothing less. I like women like that because it's easy to be a weak, feeble, codependent woman and, just go along to get along. And anybody could do that, but not many of us can stand on our own. It's hard to do that, to stand for something, to stand up for what you believe in.
You're not the one to have that conversation. So thank you. Bye-bye.
Go ahead, Amir.
Very, very astute points in there. Wow. Okay, you went there. Okay.
These black women let this white man just say all of that. No one interjected and said, well, the situation with OG, was different from because what happened on Basketball Wives to me was way worse than what's going on over here. But nonetheless, it's still the same shit, just being being done in a different way. Okay, but none of these black people said anything, especially these black women said nothing about what he said. Didn't come to OG's defense, nothing.
Okay, Richie, let me hear your perspective on it. I know you got some things swirling around in there.
Let's see what he got to say about it.
I think that Andy's question was really layered because what he said was, what do you make of people on social media, attacking Wendy over these sorts of things? So it wasn't about the ladies in the room. It was about what people were saying on social media. Wendy indicated that was what Ashley said was a dog whistle to signal other people to treat her the way that they were treating her because of the color of her skin, or the tone of her skin color, right? And I feel like that's dangerous because she knows that colorism, the term in and of itself, is a buzzword that is used for a lot of people who really, really do experience it. And so she knows that that is going to incite people, and it's going to give her an excuse to continue to act however she wants to act, and then pull that colorism card anytime she gets backed into a corner.
That is not what Wendy was doing. We saw Ashley at the lake house. Was that at Monique's lake house? You're acting very ferocious and you're doing this. And what about your husband's behavior, bitch? It wasn't aggressive how he got all up in that man's face, Chris, Candace's husband. And I've seen a lot of reviews and people are saying, well, Chris was wrong. And are you serious? If you come bringing your ass in my face and you know I don't like you, then bitch, you're the problem. You don't come getting in my face because guess what? You may get these hands. You know I don't like you. So do not touch me. That man could have body slammed Michael, could have knocked his old ass down. He literally took his hand and pointed his ass on into the direction he need to go in. He was very peaceful with that man. And a lot of people got to saying, well, he put his hands on him and he has to do that. If you are all up in my personal space telling me to check my mate, which is none of your damn business. His wife is a grown woman. You don't do that. Michael knew what he was doing. He was gaslighting. That's what him and Ashley, they specialize in. They gaslight, then they want to play the victim. And some of you fools, y'all go for it. I don't know why, but you go for it.
About her behavior on this show.
Another stupid person says in their comments, mixed people are not as black because they are what? Mixed? I told y'all there's different ways of being mixed, and we would be here all day. I don't really have time to go through it, but some people are mixed, okay? They are, white and black, or there's so many different combinations of being mixed, but let's keep it all the way real. Let's have another conversation where some of these mixed people, they want to be white. They want these children to look white. Ashley is one of them because Ashley in her mind thinks white is right. I could tell how she moves on the show. I could tell with the children that she is creating. I can just tell. Okay? Period. And I know people will say, well, Candace has a white husband. Yeah, but Candace don't try to act like a scared white woman when it's convenient for her. She's very black. She's very educated with how she comes across. Ashley, on the other hand, she tries to play the black card 1 minute. I don't know if y'all notice it, but I notice it all the time. She like to be with the shits and be aggressive, like y'all like to say. She likes to be, she will be in combat with somebody, right? And then will turn around when she's losing the argument. She wants to back down and put it off on them and gaslight. Well, why you coming at me like that? You didn't apologize. You're acting ferocious. You're acting aggressive. I actually saw somebody in the comments saying, and it was a black person, said that Wendy was acting very aggressive. All Wendy is saying is let's remove words like aggressive, since that is what a black woman is known for acting like. And let's say things like hostile. See, there are other synonyms that you can use to describe a black woman when she is acting out of sorts. Okay? You could call it abrasive behavior. But I do myself, I have an issue with the word aggressive because it's a word that a lot of people try to use to associate a black woman with her behavior. It's kind of like a way of making a black woman wrong for her behavior. Oh, we'll call her aggressive. But meanwhile, this white or mixed woman, she was just upset. And even Shawnee from Basketball Wives played into it. Remember? She tried to make it look like OG was just acting all aggressive all the time. But meanwhile, Evelyn and Malaysia, they just had a moment. You know, they just, it was a bad moment for them. But OG is just nasty and vile. And then we looking at OG, and then we're looking at Evelyn and Malaysia. Do you see what I'm saying? Why is one more than the other? Okay? Like, we would be here all day, guys. So what Wendy was trying to get across to the women is they need to use other words, and hopefully these fools come back with some type of vocabulary upgrade, you know, where they begin using different words to describe aggressive behavior. Okay? Period. Because Ashley is very aggressive and very ferocious. And so is her husband. And it's going to come out at the reunion that Michael grabbed somebody's ass and he caught it on tape. And what's Ashley's excuse going to be there? Okay? What is it going to be then?
That.
Period.
Thank you.
And that's what bothers me about Wendy, because she's smart enough to know that behavior is wrong and it's manipulative, and it almost makes me feel like she's insulting the public's intelligence. Like, we don't see exactly what she's doing. Like, how dare you, bitch? How dare you? I don't like people like that. People like that.
This woman ain't even showing her face, but she got this damn Zoom going. Okay.
Are dangerous too.
I agree.
And that's why
these are black women. This is why this behavior continues, because we got black women like this that co-sign this shit. Okay? So if you ever want to know the reason why colorism exists, and while it will continue to go on and go on, because we got black people that play into it, that thinks it's okay. And no, they don't have to agree with Wendy, but at least respect her boundaries and respect her enough to say, because if we were having a conversation about the word bitch and she says to Ashley, well, don't refer to me as that, then everybody would understand that. Right? But see, when it's a buzzword like aggressive, which a lot of, what did I keep telling y'all? A lot of black women are associated with that word. Well, she's trying to play the colorism card, and who is she? And see, now we're veering off the path because we don't want to deal with this issue. So we will act like it doesn't exist. Carry on.
John Hopkins even they probably can't even fire her because she gonna claim racism or claim colorism.
Exactly.
And
see how far they taking it, because they don't want to deal with it.
What's going on her job? Who knows? I don't know.
Yep, that's what I was trying to say, Monica.
I can't take her seriously. I can't take her seriously. She's dishonest. And she conflates issues. She knows damn well that what's going on has nothing to do with colorism.
Amen. Monica, I want to address something real quick in the comments, because someone said Amir is light-skinned. I might be light-skinned and white presenting, but I'm Persian. I'm not a person of the black community. So when I speak on things like that, saying I'm light-skinned, okay.
No, it's a compliment.
It's a compliment. What? Because he has lighter skin. He's not black. I don't give a fuck what he is. You're not black, so you don't understand. Period. And let's talk about it like this. You are associated with how you look. So looking at him at first glance, he's white. Looking at Halle Berry, who is biracial, she really looks black. Okay? She looks black. So we call Halle Berry black. It's all in how people receive you. Period.
Let me cook out.
It was a compliment. You're part of the community is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they were saying. Okay, so I thought they were saying that I can't speak on it, so I was
no, they were not. They were saying, period, you represent it. And while we were talking about the comments, Dr. Purcell is an MD. He went to medical school, and he has saved many people on planes. Not a PhD. He's an MD and a biomedical engineer.
Thick Girl 40 says, Wendy said Ashton used buzzwords, but she hooked up with the light-skinned chick to bring down another dark-skinned woman. Wendy used buzzwords.
Interesting.
You know what?
That's all about y'all being Monique stans, and y'all just feel like, oh, I'm on Monique's side, and oh my God, she got with Giselle and Robin. Giselle and Robin just happen to be light skinned. That is so ignorant. One thing doesn't have to do with the other. Because all of these people are in support of Monique, they thought it was a good point, and it was a mute point. It was just stupid to me. It wasn't a good point. It has nothing to. Wendy can't help that Robin and Giselle are light skinned with green eyes. That's just simply what they are. They all got together to let Monique's ass know, bitch, that type of behavior will not be tolerated on this here show. That's what that was, period. And you all don't like that Monique was called out. These fools are about to say something ignorant about Robin, and then I'm gonna let it play, you guys, and let y'all know how I feel.
Well, that's interesting. But like, going back to Monique's point, black is black. Light, caramel, dark, it's black, period. As a community, we just need to keep it like that, black, period. And stop this separation of light skin versus dark skin. And what pissed me off last night was Robin saying, we need to be more aware of the words we're using.
She said that because she's saying that people need to act as if, well, stop acting as if they don't see the colorism in different things. She was trying to have some compassion for Wendy, because what Robin could have did as a light-skinned woman with green eyes is she could have turned a blind eye to it and not even had the conversation and not even understood. But I believe with Robin, there is a sense of awareness that there is racism in this world and there is colorism, and the black woman is always associated with being aggressive. Do you see what I'm saying? Especially a dark-skinned black woman. That is something that, and I, as a light-skinned woman, I noticed that, you know. Now, are there dark-skinned, aggressive women out in the world? Yes, but there are also light-skinned, aggressive women out in the world. But more people will focus on the dark-skinned woman being aggressive than the light-skinned woman because of things like what? The paper bag test. And if you're lighter and do you see, child, we would be here, like I keep telling y'all, all day with all of this. So I appreciated Robin having the sensitivity and the awareness to acknowledge what Wendy was saying and saying, hey, we all need to be accountable. We all need to watch the words that we use, because hell, I don't want to be the person that is associating another brown skin or dark skinned woman as being aggressive. I don't want to do that when this woman already has it hard enough out in society with being called those things. Do you see what I'm saying? We saw all of this, you guys, on Basketball Wives, where they let Evelyn Lozada run amok. Shawnee had no problem with Evelyn's behavior. All the seasons she been on there acting a fool, but as soon as OG do something, it's the big deal, right? Okay, all right.
All over the place.
Robin needed to just be quiet.
But do you even understand what you're saying, girl? Or did you?
I don't think she understood. Yeah, I don't think Robin understood what they were talking about. I don't.
You were so busy trying to remain relevant. I was like, girl, sit your ass down, please.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? They not even trying to hear Robin out. They are that unaware. Well, they're not unaware. They just want to pretend like they don't see it, because they don't want to have that kind of conversation.
Yeah. Yes.
I agree with Amir. The topic was too deep. Andy Cohen was not equipped to.
The topic is too deep. If it's happening, it's happening. But like I said, these people would rather turn a blind eye and act as if it's not there. We could simply have the conversation, become aware and accountable, and move on. That's what grown folks do. Not pretend it's not there and pretend that we don't understand what another one may be feeling. They don't have any empathy for Wendy, you know, or Candace, because it was okay to come down on Candace so hard because she has such horrible behavior, but yet Ashley can act a fool. And when did Andy ever get on Ashley about her nasty behavior? I'll wait, instead of just getting on Candace on what she does on Twitter. All right, you guys, that's all I have to say on that. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this colorism topic that happened on Real Housewives of Potomac on the reunion. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.